Man, look at this. This thing rips. A lot of you guys out there like Cycle Cruiser. Why did you get the MT07? You should have got the Yamaha YZF R7 because it looks cooler and it's just a cooler bike. It looks faster than the MT07. Even though both of them have the same exact engine. There are some major differences between the MT07 and R7. I'm going to tell you in this video the differences and why I chose the MT07 instead.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
You know, first off, I've owned a super sport and super bikes before that had fairings. Honestly, I hate fairings. I hate dealing with fairings. When you got to do an oil change and maintenance, you got to take the fairings off. They're an irritation. Okay, it makes the bike look really cool. But honestly, I've come to love naked bikes for the simplicity of not having to take off fairings, and you can do maintenance very easy on these bikes. But also the riding position. The R7 has a more aggressive riding position that's for the track. That's why people get the R7. It's like a starter track bike, you know, as where the MT07 excels on the streets. It's much more comfortable than the R7. But to be honest with you, the R7 has better features than the MT07, but it costs $1,000 more than the MT07. But the R7 has a fully adjustable suspension. It has a fully adjustable inverted front fork. You can adjust the preload, rebound, and compression, as where the MT07, look, it has no adjusters here. You get what you get, and it works fine for me. I'm about 200 pounds with gear, and the suspension is just fine for me out here on the streets. Now the MT07 and the R7 both have an adjustable rear shock, unlike the XRS 700, which doesn't have an adjustable rear shock. Also, the R7 has a smaller fuel tank, a 3.4 gallon versus a 3.7 gallon on the MT07. Which you're going to want a bigger tank for riding out here on the streets. That's less stopping at the gas stations. Also, the R7 has a LCD display like this 2022 MT07, but the new 2023 MT07 actually has a TFT display. And also, the R7 has a slipper clutch, as where the MT07 doesn't. But honestly, it's not a big deal. You don't really need a slipper clutch for just city riding out here. So why would somebody get the R7? Like I said, if you're gonna ride track, or you ride a lot of twisties, canyon carving out here on the streets, and you want a bike that's a bit more firm suspension, and that you can do some knee slides, be a fool and do some knee slides. Do the knee slides at the track, guys. But you're gonna do it better on the R7 than this bike. This bike, to me, is a bit more versatile, because you can take this to the track, and many people do, but yet you can ride it on the streets. But the R7 is going to excel at the track. You can't go wrong with either bike, the R7 or the MT07. But I'm going to also tell you some more reasons why I got the MT07. I'm going to show you here. Let's go for a ride. But first off, guys, make sure you're wearing the gear out there to stay safe. And I have some awesome gear, like this airbag vest to help keep you safe, my ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet that comes with an automatic tint shield, my favorite helmet ever, gauntlet gloves. All my gear, I include links in the description and comment section of this video. With an Akrapovic exhaust, you're going to get an amazing sound on this bike. I call this bike the Yamaha Davidson. You're going to get that with the R7 as well. The R7 actually weighs 8 pounds more because of the fairings and some other components on the bike. So you're going to get a lighter weight bike with the MT07, even though I got this bike from 406 down to 387. But the R7, you take a lot of stuff off, it's still going to be 8 pounds heavier than the MT07. So you can't beat that. But I tell you this, guys, this is why I love this bike. Oh my gosh, the torque off the line. Woo! Oh man, that torque, boy. I mean, this bike only has what, 70 horsepower, 50 pounds-feet of torque, and the R7 does too. And you're gonna get that same grunt and feel on the R7 as you do on this MT07. But I tell you, riding the MT07 out here on the city streets, is going to be a whole lot more friendlier as far as your comfort. The R7, you're going to be more in the race position, you know what I'm saying? Which is fine, you know what I'm saying? Because I rode a CBR 1000 RR and a 600 RR in the race position for years out here on the streets. But honestly, when you start riding a bike like this, it's in a completely upright position almost, is that it is so much more comfortable and relieving. You can put both hands on the bar. You don't have to ride with one hand off like you do the sport bikes. You know what I'm saying? Where you're crouched over, you got to take one hand off to lift yourself up. You can ride with both hands on the bars, and it's a more enjoyable ride. So I know a lot of you guys get the R7 because of the looks. There's so many people. Defensive riding 101. Make sure these cars hear you and see you, man. Stay safe out there on the street. But a lot of you guys get the R7 because of the looks. And that's fine. It's fine to have a good looking bike, but at the end of the day, the looks don't matter once you throw a leg over the bike. And a lot of people out here on the streets, they don't care what you're riding, because there's only a very small percentage of people that love motorcycles and that actually care what you're riding. Nobody cares out here, guys. But if you know, if it makes you feel so much better to look at the bike and it makes you feel good, then better than the MT07, looking at the MT07, and that's the most important thing to you, then by all means go ahead and get the R7. You can't go wrong with either bike. I'm not hating on the R7 at all. I love all the Yamaha motorcycles. I'm a big Yamaha fanboy, you know what I'm saying? But for me, and like I said, it comes down to preferences. What is good for you? Okay, we don't have a lot of twisties out here in Ohio, so you're not seeing me, you know, flying around twisties. And I wouldn't do it out here on the streets anyhow. I've been there and done that, and thank God I didn't have an effed up day, you know. But now I got this MT07. It's like my cruiser, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my Yamaha Davidson. Listen to that sound, man. Now, some of you guys are like Cycle Cruise. That don't sound like no Harley Davidson. To me, it kind of does, man. Maybe not exactly, but it sounds close to it, as close as any other bikes out there, man. Listen. Listen to that. That's what I love about this. One of the biggest reasons why I got the MT07, not only because it has great bottom end grunt, you know, and torque, and you don't need top speed for the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid the speed out here. You end up getting a ticket, you end up having to get a lawyer or pay all these court fees and fines and everything. You get points on your possible points on your license. You lose your license. It's stupid. Take the speed into the track, man. Just chill out here. Either get a supermoto or a cruiser or a adventure bike to chill and ride out here, or whatever, man. In my opinion, riding around out here on a super bike, I don't know, it's for look. Really, it's a lot of you guys about looks, but I know it's about power and speed too. But you can't utilize that power out here on the streets 95% of the time. Only when you get on the highway and light it up, and you otherwise you got traffic here you're dealing with and everything, and then you risk losing your license and end up in jail with the booty warrior. Nah, man, forget that. I've been there and done all that with the tickets and the super bikes and stuff, man. I love super bikes and stuff, the power and all, but you got to take them to the track to truly enjoy it. But honestly, with the R7, I think it's a great starter track bike. If you want to get into track riding, that's the perfect starter bike to get you set up, man. And it's worth the extra $1,000 because for the extra components that it has, especially the fully adjustable fork and everything for the track. But honestly, with the more rigid front fork on the R7, it's going to have a bit stiffer ride out here on the street, so you're going to feel the bumps a bit more than you would on the MT07. This is a chill ride here, man. I mean, this is smooth. It feels good. Like I said, no complaints with me on the suspension out here. I think it's perfect. Unless you're overweight or something, then you should probably lose weight or upgrade the suspension if you want to. This bike is cheap enough that even if you put $1,000, $2,000 in the suspension on this bike, it's a good deal. I mean, $8,200, this bike is amazing, man. You know, I've ranted and raved, but I did a bunch of videos on the MT07. If you want to see my MT07 playlist with all the videos I've done so far on this bike, so you can get a better understanding of it, I'll include a playlist link in the top right corner of this video. Oh man, ooh, it just feels good, baby. Woo! I love it, man. Listen to that sound, boy. Woo! Oh, I love the sound of this bike, man. And it's a wheelie machine bike too, man. But I do keep my wheelies to my Supermoto. Listen to that. Yeah, baby. Yamaha Davidson. Leave a comment below. Would you choose the R7 or the MT07? And if so, why? Why would you choose either bike? Let's talk about it. And make sure to hit the thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Make sure to subscribe to my all-in-one motorcycle channel. Make sure to hit that little bell symbol so you get notified of all my videos. But I release new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.
Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.